Welcome back. Let's return to our top story. Nigel Farage's threat to begin legal action against KEMI Badenoch unless the Conservative leader apologises for claiming Reform UK had faked its membership numbers, which the party says have now surpassed those of the Conservatives. I'm joined now by Reform Party MP and Deputy Leader Richard Tice, who's in Westminster. Good evening to you. Thanks for joining us here on Sky News. Do you think this is going to end up in court?
Well, look, I mean, KEMI Badenoch has had a bit of a Christmas shocker. I don't know what someone put in her turkey or Christmas pudding, but she's shown great naivety and inexperience, accusing Nigel Farage and Reform UK of lying and fraud about our membership numbers. Very foolish. So, look, we've had, I think, one of your own data investigatives, journalists from The Spectator, from The Telegraph, Financial Times, look at the back-end database of our systems to verify that actually the information that we put out there is accurate. It's not an automated ticker, as she naively suggested, and they've all written that up. So I think basically the right thing to do, on the basis that the first loss is the best loss, is KEMI Badenoch should just apologise. She got it wrong. She's made an inexperienced error, and apologise, move on, and let's look forward to the new battles in the new year.
We are looking at your website right now, Richard Tice. The ticker is on there. It says 143,000 members, 143,258 right now. It's just ticked up by 6 during that answer. You're absolutely sure that's accurate, are you?
Yes, look, we're completely confident. And it's been independently verified now by a number of journalists, including your own very, I think, diligent digital investigative journalist. And we've said quite happily, if a Big Four audit firm want to come in and check it, that's absolutely fine. Whilst they're at it, they might as well look at the Tory party's own membership data. Let's see how accurate that is or is not. We've got nothing to hide, completely transparent. And the reason that so many people are joining Reform UK is they recognise, frankly, that the Tories broke Britain, the Labour Party is in the process of bankrupting Britain, and Britain needs reform. It needs a bold, visionary restart to get our economy kick-started, growing again. Otherwise, we're heading towards bankruptcy. We're in deep, deep trouble.
Richard Tice's scathing remarks on KEMI Badenoch during his Sky News interview paint a damning picture of her credibility and competence. Accusing her of a Christmas shocker and displaying great naivety and inexperience, Tice wastes no words in exposing her baseless allegations against Nigel Farage and Reform UK. Badenoch's reckless claim that Reform UK faked its membership numbers not only highlights her poor judgment, but also underscores her desperation to discredit a rising political rival. Instead of engaging in meaningful discourse or addressing the Conservatives' own crumbling membership and waning influence, she resorted to unfounded accusations that have now spectacularly backfired. Tice's dismantling of her claims is as methodical as it is humiliating. He points out that investigative journalists from respected outlets such as The Spectator, The Telegraph, and the Financial Times have independently verified Reform UK's membership data, refuting Badenoch's naive assertion that the numbers were manipulated through an automated ticker. This revelation casts a harsh spotlight on Badenoch's lack of diligence and her eagerness to lash out without first verifying the facts. Her suggestion that Reform UK's success is based on fraudulent claims exposes not only her poor grasp of the situation, but also her inability to comprehend the broader shift in British politics. Tice's call for Badenoch to apologise and move on is a direct challenge to her leadership and integrity. His assertion that she got it wrong and made an inexperienced error underscores a broader narrative, that Badenoch is out of her depth and unfit to lead the Conservatives at a time of political upheaval. Her inability to handle criticism or constructively engage with Reform UK's growing influence only reinforces the perception that she is reactive, unprepared, and disconnected from the political realities facing the country. Adding insult to injury, Tice confidently invites independent auditors to verify Reform UK's data, while simultaneously suggesting they investigate the Tory party's own membership numbers. A pointed jab that highlights the Conservatives' crumbling foundation under Badenoch's watch. His assertion that the Tories broke Britain and that Labour is now bankrupting it serves as a stark contrast to the bold, optimistic vision he presents for Reform UK. In doing so, Tice not only dismantles Badenoch's credibility, but also positions Reform UK as a viable alternative to the Conservatives' failing leadership.
I don't want a politics which is just a game for trillionaires. I really don't.
I think he cares a great deal. He may care in a different way than you.
He doesn't care. He doesn't know. What does he know about living on a council estate in Hackney? Maybe he would care if he knew something about it. He doesn't know. And this is what you want to have? This level of traction in British politics? No.
Well, look,
it can't be right.
I have been careful to say I think there's a public interest in that sort of amount of money. But if he was...
Sorry, just so I'm clear, what do you mean a public interest?
Well...
Like, it's not in the public
the questions
interest,
that Diane asks about do we want a man of that wealth influencing our politics?
It's not his wealth. It's a disproportionate level of his wealth. I gave a speech a few weeks ago in Parliament about assisted suicide.
Oh, it was very good. I did hear that.
Care about those things one way or another. Politics is about enabling elected politicians to express the views of the people that vote for them, regardless. Now, not everyone does that, but that's what politics is supposed to be about. Not some trillionaire waking up in the morning and think, oh, I know, Britain's a police state.
Actually,
really? It may be a police state, but it's for me and my constituents to talk about that, not for some trillionaire to go online. No, I'll never accept that politics is a game for trillionaires. Never. That's not why I came into politics, and it's something I will never, ever accept.
The clash between Diane Abbott-Emp and Tim Montgomery over Elon Musk's influence on UK politics serves as a vivid illustration of the tensions between traditional democratic ideals and the growing sway of ultra-wealthy individuals in shaping political discourse. Abbott's impassioned remarks reflect her deep unease with the idea that someone as wealthy and disconnected as Musk could exert significant influence over British politics. Her argument is rooted in the belief that politics should remain a domain of elected representatives who are accountable to the people, not a playground for billionaires whose understanding of everyday struggles is, at best, superficial. Abbott's frustration is clear as she questions Musk's qualifications to comment on or influence British political issues. Her rhetorical question, what does he know about living on a council estate in Hackney, underscores the perceived chasm between Musk's life of immense privilege and the realities faced by ordinary citizens. By pointing out that Musk likely lacks the lived experience necessary to understand these struggles, Abbott casts doubt on the legitimacy of his involvement in British political conversations. Her argument reflects a broader critique of the growing trend where individuals with extraordinary wealth are increasingly shaping public debates without a genuine connection to or understanding of the communities affected by these issues. Reid's interjection about the public interest in Musk's wealth brings an additional dimension to the debate. While he appears to entertain the idea that wealth can have a public utility, Abbott is quick to dismiss this notion, emphasizing that the issue is not simply Musk's wealth, but the disproportionate influence it affords him. Her distinction is critical. She is not objecting to Musk's wealth in isolation, but to the outsized power it grants him in shaping political narratives. For Abbott, this imbalance undermines the democratic principle that politics should be a platform for the voices of the many, not the privileged few. Thank you for watching. If you have any thoughts or opinions, feel free to share them in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more updates, and join us on Telegram for exclusive content and discussions. Your support means a lot.